put about a half a cup of water, but I use frozen peaches. So because I use frozen peaches, I don't put too much water. Like if they were fresh peaches, I would put more. I would put more. Um, I probably put about a cup of water. But since these are frozen, it's gonna have water on it already. So I hope you guys had a good Friday. Who's on? Let me see. Um, but anyways, and I kind of make mine fast. I don't really measure too much. It's the easiest recipe ever. It's flour, sugar, baking powder. I'm gonna start my peaches. So, hi mom. Thank you for getting on, mom. I felt like something sweet, and so I said I'm making peach cobbler. But I'm probably only gonna make like a half. Like it's gonna be a thinner one because when it's just me and Joe, and I just feel like something small, like I'll see it like this. I just feel, and I'll put a little thin layer, mom, and then so I melt my butter, and because I'm making it thin, mom, I normally put a whole stick, but because it's a thin one, I put a half a stick of butter, put it in your oven to melt it. Then while that's melting, I get my um Lord have mercy. I feel like I should just make a whole one because so if it's a whole one, I would do um a cup of sugar and a cup of flour. But since I can't see any of your comments, mom. So since I'm doing this, I kind of make a small batch and I do a half and a half. Or I can do whatever I want. I'll probably do 2/3 or whatever. But it's sugar, flour, and milk of all the same amounts. So I'm just gonna do a 2/3 cup because I can't find my half a cup. And literally, my baking is literally like that always. It's kind of like whatever I have. Okay, so I have 2/3 cup, and it's only because it's gonna be a small batch. So here's two. Oh shoot, 2/3 cups. So I put 1 cup, 1 cup. Let's just say that because that's the easiest way to learn. It is 1 cup of flour, 1 cup of sugar, and then use 1 cup of milk and baking powder. Oh shoot, I'm out of baking powder. I gotta get that too. We went to what's it called today, mom? We were at the store. Joe's back started hurting him, so we're like trying to rush through the store, and I'm forgetting everything I'm supposed to be getting, but we didn't do much today. Everybody's like trying to gas up all their houses and stuff because of the weather. Um, but we got more popcorn stuff, mom. I know. Poor. I wish you were here so you could have the popcorn with Joe. That's your guys' thing. I'm not a big fan of it, but you'll never guess what, mom. I'm actually started eating it more. Guess what Joe's making tomorrow, mom? Chicken chili. So then you do a teaspoon and a half of baking powder. And yes, I mind it because that's what I do. All right. So 1 cup, 1 cup, 2 teaspoons, and then salt, pinch, and if I didn't buy buttermilk because I don't know what I was thinking. I go through it and I don't know what I was thinking, but I should have bought it. Mom, do you ever make it for Richard or Annabelle? You could have been making this for Annabelle right now, Mom. So what I am going to do, Annabelle, Mom, I'm going to add I am going to add, what's it called to it, Mom? I am going to add the fake way to make buttermilk, but hey, it's buttermilk, right? And it works the same, Mom. It tastes good. It looks good. It does the job. I can't believe that this doesn't take any eggs at all, Mom. Is that normal? Yeah, I'm making peach cobbler, Mom. Isn't it weird that it doesn't take any eggs though? But I made it for my neighbor, Mom, because we weren't going to eat it all. Oh, and you know what else I do differently, Mom? I add brown sugar. I add brown sugar to my. I wonder what happened to my brown sugar. Um, I made it for my neighbor, Mom, and she said it tasted so good. It reminded her of her mom's that she used to have, and she's like, I took like 2 bites and I just started crying because it made me think of my mom and I miss her so much, and I guess she passed away. Um, I would put, let's see, I would put I would for only a half a bag of the a half a bag of my peaches. I'm gonna put a cup of. I put brown sugar in it, Mom, because I feel like the brown sugar gives it a different flavor, and it's like I don't know. I like it. It's not too sweet, and actually gives it a different flavor than just the sugar. Um, I have a recipe that came. I have a recipe that had no eggs, no milk, and no shortening. Really? You have one for a cake? Did you say a cake that has all no eggs, no milk, and no shortening? What the heck is in it? What's holding it together? Okay. My hands are hurting a lot, and I shouldn't be doing this, but I am craving it, and I hate that I crave it. What do you do? Is it really, Mom? What does it taste like? I wish I had my. Last night I made a cup. I made a cup, a chocolate cake in a cup, Mom. It's good. I don't know if I'd eat it. Does it taste weird? It tastes like cake. Shut up. I don't know if I trust it. I talked to Maddie today. She's doing good. Very moist. What's making it moist? What do you put in it? Couldn't imagine what is making that thing moist, Abby, if there's no oil. What's the temperature over there in Michigan, Mom? I mean, over in Austin. Vinegar and oil. I mean, they put what? Are you putting like milk in it then? Oh my God, my whisk is busted. All right. So this is what I use, ladies and gentle people. When it says to sift, I put it in the bowl, and then I just get my whisk, and I just use that. 31 degrees. This is what I use to whisk it. And then I get my vanilla. I don't know why. I always do it like this. I put my vanilla in my milk just because I want it to be incorporated. I don't know. Am I weird? Is it me? Am I the drama? Then I pour it into um, baking powder, flour, sugar. My butter is here. Melted butter. See that, everybody? Melted butter. I'm going to put my peaches in there in a minute. And I am doing my cake. I mean, I literally sometimes make a half of it batch. If I only have a little bit of peaches, I make a quarter of it. I'm literally switch it to whatever I have when I have a craving for it. I know that's horrible. Does Richard ever get tired of you being on there all the time with me, Mom? He's like, oh my God, Abby, she's on again. Is Annabelle still at your house? No water. Water, no milk. You put water in it instead? I don't even know what that tastes like, Mom. Oh, Annabelle still is there? Oh, Annabelle. You could be here. My mom didn't want to bring you. Mom, do you ever just wing stuff like, oh, I'll just make it like that? Other than tortillas, like your cakes, or not? All right, so I need to get my peaches, and I put them in there. See that, party people? And my water is now brown, Mom. That's why I do it like that. My water is going to be brown because it's got brown sugar in it. I like the way it tastes. It gives it a little richer taste. Oh, you do that a lot? Okay, I will show you. Okay, here we go. This is a la Chihuahuas. This is my peaches. I put the butter. I melted the butter. And then let me see. I melted the butter. And then after I melted the butter, I pull the peaches out and I lay them in there. I'll put you right there. Okay. That's hot. I think because the heat comes up from there. See it? So what I'm going to do is make sure they're spread out like that. See that? I got my I use brown sugar. You don't have to use brown sugar. You can use regular sugar. And then I used 1 cup flour, 1 cup sugar, 1 cup of milk. I use buttermilk. I use almond milk. I use regular milk. Whatever milk I have in the house, I use it. And 2 teaspoons of baking powder and 1 teaspoon of salt. That's it. That's what my cake is. See it? It's ready to go. I like it gets all bubbly and everything because it's like it has all the baking powder and everything that makes it excited. So this is what we're going to do, guys. See it? And you're just going to pour it over. Wait, I gotta pour it over the top. I just want to spread out my peaches everywhere because I like them to be everywhere. So you're going to go around. I do this. See it? I go everywhere. See that? There's no right or wrong way. The only thing that this recipe that you cannot do is you cannot, I repeat, you cannot mix it. It becomes your recipe. Yeah, that's what I agree to, Mom. That's what I told Joe. I'm like, it's, whatever I do to it is like now my recipe. And Joe was like, don't you want to be able to share it? I'm like, yeah, but I mean, I'm okay. Like, I like to just know that I made it to what I was going to do with it. One thing's different. It's now my recipe, right, Mom? And yes, you shouldn't do this, but I do it. That was good. I need to find my spatula. Let me think. Hold on. I have no spatula in here. Where are my spatulas, baby? My baby spatula. Everybody wants to be in the party, even the baby spatula. When you tweak a recipe, it becomes yours. I agree. Okay, so Grab all of your goodies because some people say it doesn't matter, but you know what? That is pennies, quarters, dimes. That sugar costs money. That buttermilk costed money. That flour costed money. And I am not going to sit there and let somebody like the drain take my pennies. I take every little bit of dough. I know you don't, Mom. I see you bake. And I'm like, Mom, take that out of there. Okay, so here's the tricky part, guys. That was bueno. You get your, see that? That's your juice. Okay, I have, mine's brown because it's got brown sugar, but I've made it before without. And I do it gently because, and Joe's not a huge fan of the wet, wet, wet. So sometimes I don't put all of it, but you should put all of your liquid in there. Do not mix it. Okay, guys, look. See that? Grab it. Ooh. Grab it. Ooh, you better hold it. Throw it in there. That's it, guys. That's it. How long did it take me? It took me 15 minutes. It's worth it. When you're going like, oh my God, I just feel like something sweet. Or, oh my gosh, my husband just wants something sweet. 15 minutes. Get in the kitchen. Get it in the oven. As soon as it's in the oven, as soon as it's done, you're like going to be so grateful that you did it. That's it. And then when it comes out, I'll take a picture of it so I can show everybody. Ooh, sorry. You know what I've done before with this? Because it's got basically it's peach water with like sugar in it. I make tea, Mom, and then I'll put this water instead of dumping it into the peach tea or into the regular tea, and it tastes like a sweet tea with a hint of peach in it. That's something you can think about. Instead of dumping it. Again, why do you want to waste the money? It costs money. It costs brown sugar or regular sugar. You use peaches, so it tastes like the flavor of peaches. Grab your unsweetened tea and do it. Oh, Nova and Bailey are laying down. Do you want me to show you them? Hold on. Okay, here we go. Oh, there's baby. She's waiting because I was sitting here, and she's right there. Bailey doesn't like to be bothered. But there's Precious. Hi, love. Isn't she so cute how she sleeps? Watching a show. And there's the man. Oh, all right. So, I will let everybody go. Thank you for getting on, Mom. I appreciate